Hi guys, Aaron Leaf Green, the Green Psychic. Okay, so this week we're doing things a little bit differently. I've already put the cards up. You should have seen the blue, red or yellow spread. Instead of recording me turning the cards over, which is pointless, I've gone ahead and turned them all over. It's pointless and it's really hard to do on my end. So I'm just going to go pile tonight. Now, before we get started, I want to thank everybody for subscribing to YouTube. If you haven't, please do. The more subscribers, it pushes me up further up the food chain with the computers at YouTube. And once I've got like 1,000 followers, I can go live and like once a week for a couple of hours and answer people's questions for free online. I'm also going to start the TikTok thing. But on top of that, like I said, I've got a lot planned for this channel. So I am going to put up a bonus video on Wednesday. So primarily I'm psychic. I do the magic thing, I do the life coaching thing, and I do the art and craft thing for art therapy. So there's a lot that I want to incorporate. So this week I'm going to have a chat about depression and some tools that may be useful for you to help deal with it, that I've personally used and some of my clients have, that may be helpful. Okay, keep in mind I'm not a trained counselor or psychologist. This is just one person to another that has been through similar things that may have some ideas to help you through it. Okay, without further ado, let's get into the readings. Okay, so if you chose blue, I've got the marriage card here and it's the right way up. So this is your overall card for the week, okay? So it is saying strong partnerships, strong bonds. There might be romance coming in this area, but marriage is generally more about partnership and communication and a strong connection there. So this could be relating to a friend, at work, could be relating to work, something that you're passionate about and where your heart is at the moment. There's a lot of good around this, okay? Now, the first card out in the deck is the conflict card, and it's upside down, which is a great thing, because a lot of times when things are going right, we get worried about, oh, what's going to go wrong? This is going to end in a fight, blah, 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 blah. Don't do that to yourself. You put that negativity out there, you create a wall that the positive energy then has to break through. The more walls you put up, the longer it takes for that positivity and those good things to break through. So don't do that to yourself. So look, there's nothing bad to do with this partnership or this union. So there's no conflict coming. It's all good, okay? The next card over is the question card and pathway card. So I feel like now that you've accomplished this goal of this partnership, like this could be buying property, this could be starting a new job and signing a contract, this could be any number of things where where you've been working on this partnership. This is marriage. You're there. You've done it. You're good. So now it's like, okay, I've done that. What's next? Now there isn't really an answer here. It is kind of like you need to start asking yourself that. I feel like you've been working towards this goal for so long that you're like, oh, once I do that, then I'll do this and this and this and this. But now you're there, and all these this and this and this and this, I feel like it's time to really start thinking about what you want to do and where you want to go, okay? Now, look, the pregnancy card here is upside down. So with this goal and what to do next, it's not like you need to start, it's not like it's all going to happen right now, okay? The pregnancy card upside down, it's kind of like, look, it's kind of like, okay, sit tight, have a good think about everything, let everything sink in and process, and then move forward, okay? So this is kind of like, it's basically saying now is not the time to be starting something, okay? New projects or getting carried away with yourself. It's time to just settle, have fun, enjoy where you are, and have a good think, okay? The next card is the life lesson card, the life learning card with the hurdles, okay? Now this is about being on the spiritual path, and I don't mean the spiritual as in ghosts and spirits and all of that, but life path, your journey in life, okay? Now we all have hurdles and life lessons that we need to learn and deal with, and I feel like that there is a bit of learning here. Now I'm not necessarily, normally when I pull out this card it's kind of like, look, there's something a little bit bad ahead, but in the long run it's going to be good for you. I'm not necessarily feeling that. I feel like that there is going to be a hurdle, but you're going to be able to walk around it rather than try and jump over it. because it's kind of like something that you've already done, something that you can see is already an issue, and you're going to be able to overcome that. Okay, so the next card out is a Spirit Energy card. Just on that life learning path, I think there's a situation there that you're not going to want to get involved in because you know better, which is you walking around. Sorry, just had to finish that off. Spirit Energy card, there's a lot of positive energy around you, a lot of spirit energy, a lot of good times. There's just a lot of good around you at the moment, okay? So enjoy it. A lot of positive energy. Now, the balance card is upside down. So this is mind, body, and spirit being upside down. This being upside down does speak to being out of balance. Now, we can be out of balance in numerous ways. Normally it's bad ways, but sometimes when we're really happy and something good is happening, we're celebrating, and it's like, it's so good and we're enjoying everything that we don't see the problem just around the corner. Like, we get lost in fantasy world, and we build this thing up that it's so important and it's so big, and it's what we've been working towards, and yay, we've finally made it. But you haven't. I mean, you have made it, but there's more in life to go. So it's like, don't celebrate too quickly, because it does throw you off balance. Your mind's like, oh, I'm already done. That sends the wrong message to the universe. It's like, well, if you think that's all you've got to accomplish. So yes. Okay, so that was the reading for blue. Okay, guys, so if you picked red, the first card, your overall card, is the Authority card, okay? And it's upside down, which is, look, I feel like it's going to be an interaction with an authority figure. Yes, it can be government, it can be work, it can be your boss, it could be your parents, it could be your spouse. It's somebody that has authority to be able to control part of you. Like at work, you have to do this, and your partner's like, don't speak to me like that. It's that sort of thing. Now, this being in the negative form, I feel like that there might be conflict around this. There might be agitation, fights, a bit volatile, okay? Now, the next card, your first card out in the actual spread, is communication, and it's upside down. So I feel like that is the root cause of what's going on, lack of communication. You guys might be talking every day, but doesn't mean that you're actually communicating. It's two different things, okay? So, look, I feel like that there's a bit of a misunderstanding that needs to be sorted out. So the sooner you sort that out, the better for everyone. But just keep in mind, I feel like, because this reading is for you, you've chosen it, I'm not here to talk about the other person. The communication here is, I feel like that you haven't got the full picture. There's more that's happening behind the scenes. So let's just say that this is your partner that's coming home every night angry and screaming at you, and there's just fights going on. But once you actually sit down and find out what it is, it's your partner's worried about redundancy, that, they're randomly laying people off, and what are we going to do? And that's the way that they've expressed it, by anger. I hope that makes sense. So there is a lack of communication, as in you're missing information here. So keep that in mind. I've got the addiction card here. Now, we know that the addiction card can be not just drugs and alcohol and all that. It can be people, places, and things. The addiction card here is, I feel like that there is, this is talking about the longing and connection to do with this situation. It's like, I don't feel like you're ready to give up on the situation, even if it is going to be a little bit bumpy at the moment. I don't feel like that there's an ending to this connection, this partnership, this authority, whatever it is, whether it be your boss or your partner. I don't feel like that there's a breakup coming, okay? I just feel like that there's a bit of bumpiness there. The addiction card is, okay, this is going to sound really weird, but in this particular spread, I feel like the addiction card is saying, well, you're so into this job or person, whatever, that you're going to fight your way through this. Like, you're not going to let this bumpiness come between you and break you up. It's almost like you're chasing a fix, as in you think of a junkie trying to chase a fix and how desperate they are and how eager they are to get that fix. The eagerness here is what I'm picking up of the addiction card, that you are going to fight through all of this, okay? I've got the transformation card here, and it's upside down. So I feel like that this situation isn't going anywhere just yet. Keep in mind, this is only a short general reading of what's ahead, but I feel like that this is basically saying that if it is your partner that's worried about being laid off and made redundant at work, there's no transformation there, as in there's nothing you can do about the situation. You just have to basically sit on your thumb and see what happens. Now, again, I don't feel like that there's an ending here, but it is kind of a waiting game. That's what I'm picking up for this transformation card. There's not going to be a change. You're going to have to just write it out and be patient, which I know everybody hates to hear. I've got the Spirit Path card here, which is actually one of the really good cards in this deck. It is you're meant to go through this. This is almost part of your destiny or something. There is something to learn in this current situation that's going to help you throughout your life, okay? We've got the life learning card that came up in another spread, and that's talking about learning lessons, overcoming obstacles. This one there isn't an obstacle. There's a reason for what you're going through. It's not something that you need to do or overcome. It is just something that you need to buckle down and ride out, but it's all happening for a reason, okay? So imagine there's a great thunderstorm outside and it starts hailing like frogs, the size of frogs, and it writes your car off. Yeah, that's really crappy and that's bad. There's nothing you could do about it because you don't have a garage. It's just there, it's written off. But at the same time, your car is insured for $500,000, and so you get a $500,000 payout. You know, it's kind of that sort of situation. There is something bad, but there's something good to come from it. Now, the next card actually over is the sex card. So yeah, we're talking about physical sex, but it's also the desire card. Okay, so you're going to get something, a desired outcome, something that you really do want. So it is kind of like buckle down, write it out. You're going to get a good surprise at the end of this, something that you're wanting. The last card is the Succubus card, and it's upside down. So this is actually advice. Don't let this energy, this conflict, this lack of communication, this whole situation, don't let it suck the energy out of you. When we're stuck in that situation where we can't actually do anything to change the outcome, a lot of times we get frustrated and we focus on it and it just drains us and we can't concentrate on anything else. Try to concentrate on something else, okay? That's kind of like what you need to know for this one. Okay, hope that helped. Okay guys, if you chose yellow, the overall card for this one is the Elderly card, and it's upside down. So it's kind of saying that right now I feel like it's look at your life, you're not going to live forever. Are you happy? If you're not happy, why aren't you happy? What's not making you happy? Get rid of it. Find out what will make you happy, work towards it, okay? Simple as that. First card out is negative energy. So it is, look, I threw this in for when I do magic for clients. If there's things that go bump in the night around them, dark energy, dark spirits, curses, all that sort of stuff. In this spread, I feel like it's just there's general negativity around, and you could actually be creating a lot of this negativity. Like you're stuck in your head and you're like, well, this is it, this is my life, and you know, I hate my job, I hate this, I hate that, and blah 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 blah. Don't do that to yourself. I said in one of the earlier spreads, when you're negative and send stuff out like that, you put up a negative wall, and that positive energy that we want to come in, it has to break through that wall. So the more negative walls, the blocks that you put up, you block that positive energy, and that's why I'm saying beware of creating those negative blocks. If you feel like you do that, work on letting that go. You know, this isn't the end. Who knows? There's no reason why you can't win the lotto tomorrow unless you don't play the lotto. But somebody has to win. Why can't it be you? Like, you need to start thinking that way, okay? And if there are negative people around you, again, this is about getting rid of those people that are negative and toxic in your life, because if they're making you unhappy, why have them in your life? Get rid of them. The next card is a Surprise and Celebration card, and it's upside down. Now, this is actually good because I was directly drawn to the scary dark clown in the background. If you look very closely, he's actually holding TNT, like they did in the cartoons, about to blow up the place. So, blow up the party. Wow, that sounded wrong. Okay, so the fact that it's upside down is like there are no big bad surprises coming for you. Okay, so making changes, getting rid of people, you know, working towards what we want to bring us happiness, where we worry about change, and it can be scary, and what if it doesn't work out, and what if this, and what if that, and blah 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 blah. Don't do that to yourself. Again, that's the negative energy putting up blocks. There is nothing big and bad coming your way at the moment with what we're talking about, so don't do that to yourself. The next card over is the connection card. Okay, it's best friend card. It's connecting. So I feel like once you start making these changes, especially getting the toxic people out of your life, it's almost like it's going to make a physical difference. Like you're going to feel physically different with all that energy gone. And a lot of the times we don't even realize it, but we just feel better getting rid of the people. Working towards your goals and something that will bring you happiness, regardless of whether it's a new job or taking up a new hobby. There is something that's going to ignite a spark in you of life, and wow, this is fun, you know, I wasn't expecting this, like, let's go, let's enjoy this. So there is connection there, and it's reconnecting with old friends as well. Look, I've got the older man card here, and it's upside down. The gender aside, age aside, the older man card symbolizes somebody that's hit rock bottom and has pulled themselves out of that hole and can walk off determined never to do that again. This is upside down, which isn't too good, but it is saying that you're still in a state of learning, so don't punish yourself, okay? You're kind of climbing out of the hole right now. If you keep making the right decisions, getting rid of the wrong people, the toxic people, and moving towards what's going to make you happy, whether it be making new friends, a new job, whatever, as long as you're doing that, you are learning, you're crawling out of this hole, and you're never going to be in this situation again. Okay, I've got the blessing cards here upside down, and it's kind of like this is the best card in the deck of cards. So this is the first time I've ever come across it upside down, and part of me is like, I don't believe it has an upside down. It's the blessing card, so there is energy around you. But my first instinct with this card tonight was to say, look, there might not be a lot of energy there and support helping you, and I'm not just talking about up there or around us, the spirit energy, but people in general supporting you. There might not be a lot of support around you at the moment, because it's kind of like this is something you have to do on your own. There are some things in life we just need to do on our own, and I feel like you're going through one of those stages now. But again, it is the best card in the deck of cards. It is a blessing card. So I feel like once you pull yourself out of that hole and you've learnt your lessons and you know what you're going to walk towards to bring you happiness, I feel like that's when the universe is going to shine beams of light down. You're going to be happy. Everything's just going to click, click, click into place because you're making all the right decisions and going after your happiness, which is the point of life as far as I'm concerned. As long as you're not hurting yourself or anybody else, go with God, do what makes you happy. The last card is the sadness card. It is the right way up, okay? So there is going to be, look, it is sadness, but I feel like it's loss. So there is going to be a sense of, there could be a sense of, you know, again, change, you know, you've gotten rid of these toxic people that may have been your friends for a long time, and even though you don't want them back in your life, there's sadness. Like, in a way, you are mourning the loss of that friendship, and you know, you're processing what they've done to you, how they've betrayed you, everything you've done for them, and the injustice and all that stuff. So that's what I'm getting with this sadness card, okay? Now, I'm not saying that this is a bad thing. We need to process this so you understand what's happened and you learn to see red flags in people in the future or situations in the future, whatever it is that you're trying to change. Even if this change is just you and you're working on changing things about yourself, the red flags could be, look out for triggers that you have that trigger you to excuse me. So yeah, that's the last card there. Okay, so that brings us to the end of the spreads. I hope that helped. Okay guys, I hope that helped. Thank you for everybody that watched. Again, keep an eye out for the video on Wednesday night. Hopefully it'll be able to help somebody. If it helps one person, then it's worth my time. It's worth it. And you never know. You're bored, just give it a watch, and you know, yeah, it should be good. Like, I've got some stuff planned. Yeah, so if you need a full reading, if you want a full reading, please don't hesitate to contact me at thegreenspsychic@gmail.com. Please subscribe to YouTube. Like I said, the more subscribers I get, the more likes and comments and everything on the videos, the further it pushes me up the chain, so that I can end up going live on YouTube and reaching more people. And that's my goal. I want to help as many people as possible. That's what the Wednesday reading is about. Helping people just in a different way than what I'm doing here. There's many different ways I can help people, and why stop at one? There's more I can do. So if there's more I can do, there's more I'm gonna do. Okay? Alright, well, until then, guys, stay safe, stay blessed, and be good.